There we are. There
Okay.
we
Susan, can you tell us who you are and what you do so our viewers will get to know you?
Happily. Thank you, Rose, for inviting me to be your guest.
My
It's
pleasure.
such a pleasure to do this with you. We've been talking about it for some time. I am Susan Bigsby. I am a professional image consultant and personal stylist. I've been doing my business for 35 years, which is a lifetime. I've been working with people from all over the country, from all walks of life, for whatever their needs or purposes may be, in helping them to become their best selves, whether it be for professional reasons, personal reasons, change of life, change of location, whatever their situation requires is what I help them to adjust. And the results have been incredibly successful. I have people who come back to me for 25 years, 30 years, a very long time. So we have a lot of success. And so many of my clients now are re entering the dating world, which they haven't been involved in some time, and finding, as Rose says, that they're uncertain about what to do, how to present themselves, what to wear when. There are so many different facets of this.
So,
And
like when we're going to like a fashion in the dating and versus somebody, like it's just so much different, right? It's like when you try, you're trying to first impression, and it is like don't judge the book by its cover, but all they see is how you look, and it's so important. So for the ladies, like I have so many clients and ladies I work with, or people contact me, and sometimes they just don't understand the location to location how fashion could change. For example, I was living in Miami for 5 years, and when I moved to Boca, and when I started joining to Palm Beach, coming like Boca and Palm Beach is like almost like similar, but I had to change all of my style. Like, I mean, even if I was in a relationship, I wasn't dating, but I had to change because location to location, styles changes too. It's like, and can you tell us, like, how you cannot really be feel comfortable and wearing something in Miami and versus wearing in Palm Beach County?
it's so interesting living in South Florida, actually in Florida, from top to bottom. Every single town has its own culture. And I don't wear the same things in Palm Beach that I wear to Delray Beach. I don't wear the same things in Boca that I would wear in Miami. I don't wear the same things in Stewart that I would in any of those towns that I've just mentioned. It's a very odd place, and you really have to know the culture and the people to kind of get the gist of how people are and what the comfort zone is there. And having lived here since, well, most of my life, since I was in college, which is a very long time, I truly understand how people should look in certain places and at certain events. And there are rules in Palm Beach for certain. The rules are very different in Palm Beach.
And
Very.
let's get into some of those rules, because sometimes people don't realize, they think it's, oh, okay, I'm just gonna meet this. For example, I just posting now. It's like I have this amazing man, very affluent and very well known, and so we're looking for his princess. But people just thinking money could fix everything. When I find him, everything is going to be wonderful. It's not that easy, because there's a lot of ethics, there's a lot of things, and your personality is supposed to be comfortable with that, and people just don't understand. And can you like help me to address this? Because somebody, let's say, never experienced Palm Beach society before, and coming into this society, not just the fashion, and also there's a lot of ethics and protocol, and you're a really good source to give us some advice on those topics.
It covers a lot of things. um, First of all, I think that I really want to stress be authentic to who yourself, to who you are. That's really important. Don't try to be somebody you're not, because it becomes very obvious that that's what you're trying to do, if that's what you're trying to do. And you really have to know yourself. know yourself, be confident in yourself, know your own style, know what works for you, and know what's appropriate at for different functions for different reasons. If you're going out for dinner, that's one thing. If you're going to an event, that's another thing. It depends on the event. It depends on what time of day. And for instance, I never wear black during the day. Never, unless it might be with white pants occasionally. But that's it. That's an obvious thing whether you're an out of towner if you're in Palm Beach and wearing black. People know you don't live here and you're not from here and you're not comfortable here. You're probably from the Northeast somewhere. So, but know your colors. I always suggest, as an image consultant, I'm very big on people knowing their best colors because Palm Beach is a very colorful place.
Very colorful. When you said black, I haven't wear like I've been like 3 4 years in this the circle, and there was a luncheon for ladies, luncheon for one of the event when this Sarah Ferguson visited, which
Uh-huh.
and
Yes.
that day I wear a black, and oh my God, someone was like, "What's wrong with you?" It's like,
You were the only one there in black, I'm sure.
they were like, "What's wrong with you? What, don't do this." I felt like, I just committed a crime by doing that. And they even came and told Michael she was wearing black.
And you wear it well, and actually a lot of people do, a lot of people don't, but that's beside the point. That I really don't like for people to get so caught up in fashion. And yes, Palm Beach is a very fashionable place. There is absolutely no question about that. But if you're uncertain about those things looking well on you, for instance, for the last few years, one of the biggest trends has been lots of ruffles, lots of floral prints, lots of tiers and flounces, and I see a lot of women wearing that style that it just doesn't look good on. And you really have to know your body style. You have to know who you are, what you're comfortable in, and try not to be so trendy. That is one of the mistakes that I see so many women do, especially in Palm Beach, is they try to be trendy and trendier than they should. It's one thing to know what's going on in fashion. It's another thing to try to wear those trends that are not appropriate for you, your age, your figure, your whatever it is you have going on. Know what flatters you the most so that you can become your most authentic self and feel the most confident when you walk into a room. Everyone knows confidence. Everyone sees confidence. That you can, it's an aura that you put out when you're strong within yourself and you're very sure of who you are.
I think like because I grew up with ultra wealthy, and I'm very familiar with because Hamptons, so many people from Palm Beach, the summertime there in Hamptons, so I was very familiar with, and I'm very comfortable person in my own self. And when I came, it's like I'm very comfortable, and to me it was like no problem. I didn't, because you cannot really compete because uh, uh, there's no way, because this is the place you can't compete,
Yeah.
because there is like better and better. I just like, you know what, I'm just gonna be me, like you said, and come out with your personality, who you are, let people know who you are. And also some of the things is like, my income level, I didn't born with a silver spoon. I am serving to wealthy. I am not one of those ultra wealthy. I'm serving. It's like working with it's different, being one of those people different. And I know my place, and I'm like, I am serving, I'm not one of them, I'm just gonna be me. I think it's just being you and who you are, and carrying that well. It just goes well with any smart, intelligent, mindful person, and they appreciate that. And I did make a lot of good friends, and didn't affect like, oh, I wasn't wearing something like they were. I don't have that kind of sources to be stylish and pay that kind of like pay $5,000 for a dress. I can't do that. So, but it wasn't the problem. It's the people sometimes thinking it's like, oh, I have to buy these expensive brands to look good, and no, you don't. That's what I'm saying. It's like you could just put it together, what's good on you, and just let your personality come out, because they don't like you for what you're wearing, they like you for who you are. That's what I was like trying to advise people before.
Well, a lot of women try too hard, and they really don't need to.
Right.
So, and as you say, to your point, a lot of people just get caught up in that and try to compete with other women. There's a lot of competition here, and there really doesn't need to be. As long as you have paid attention to your makeup and you're wearing a nice hairstyle and your clothing fits appropriately, isn't too revealing, and isn't too doesn't send off the wrong message, and you look sexy but appropriate and beautiful. Those are the things that I think it's a very tricky thing to accomplish those things.
And also, the one other thing, I know somebody banned from some of the events because these people know how to dress, but I guess, I mean, they're very high fashion, but they show up to event very casual, and this event's supposed to be, it is a formal event, and just being out of respect, reading those invitations and showing up properly. If it's a black tie, you're not showing up with the shorts. And it's true story. I will tell you which one it is. So I know our privacy.
Well, in a lot of the formal events that people might be invited to, and they're not accustomed to going to those things, there is a protocol. And there are so many women who wear things that are frontless, backless, slid up to there. And you know what? What are you trying to accomplish? And, it's fine if you're with your husband or significant other, but if you're there with a date or you are prospecting dates, this is not the way to dress. You can still be sexy, but appropriate. And that's
And
what I always encourage.
and then you might not get other invitation if you do that. And they're not gonna say anything, but you would not get invited again, right? That's like certain things, and it just makes a huge difference, the image. And because it's not it's the society, and there's a unspoken rules. I'm saying it's like it's never been told and never been spoken, but you're supposed to know those things. And
Right.
also, it's like one of the etiquettes, just like a lot of people like in social media, they love taking pictures,
Mhm.
especially when you go to somebody who's well-known, high profile. You gotta put your phone away, and you cannot snap pictures of their locations, the homes. You cannot check in. And a lot of people thinking it's like, oh, it's like, for example, like, oh, if you know them, why didn't you take a picture? You can't, because if
Mhm.
you do, it's just very, very low class, and you won't do that. And because they are, I mean, for us, it's like people don't care, but these people, the littlest thing ends up in the newspapers, and
Mhm.
that's why they are very sensitive about people who's constantly taking pictures. It's no no. It's like some of the private events, the house parties and stuff like that, you cannot take picture, ladies.
No, and you can't post them.
No,
So,
you can't post it.
discretion is very key here if you if you're looking to get into that part of the world. I know a lot of people who post constantly, and they're very high society. They're out every single night. There are so many events, and they're always there, and they post like crazy. But that's their thing. That's that might be influencers, or they just like to be in the limelight. But they're not usually the women who are doing this who are inappropriately dressed. It's other people.
I
So
do think sometimes the newcomer, fresh, not from the affluent old money background, but some maybe gentleman marrying somebody to new. It's like sometimes these ladies are posting a lot, but we don't see anybody coming from old money and doing these, and
no,
that.
no.
It's like that's what I say. And there is still, you see some people they doing that, but you see, you don't see. It's like so many people not doing. There is a certain places you put your phone away. There is no picture taking, no posting, none. You didn't see it, you didn't live it. It's just for your eyes. And I mean, nothing going crazy. Don't guys think, but this is the etiquette. This is the etiquette in my society.
It is true. There are still, I'm so pleased actually that we, Rose and I, live in this area because, for me as an image consultant, we still have rules. and the rest of the country just really doesn't. So I think it's what is it? Uh, rules of what is it? I've forgotten what it's called. Rules of civility. That's what it
Yes, yes, yes.
and people have manners. People care, and people, care about the way you appear in certain events. And if you behave or appear in a bad light, it will be discussed openly, and you will be talked about.
Mhm.
So it's really important that everyone know how to behave and what to wear and how to dress appropriately for whatever the occasion may be. That's usually not such an issue in this area, but sometimes it is. And it's usually an issue where people are trying too hard.
Right, right. So, if some ladies coming into Palm Beach or want to date from Palm Beach, and these are the advices, ladies, and Susan is the person to listen. Do not forget this. Your image is really important. It's just basically displaying who you are and giving some hints of your personality. And, it's somebody who could be trusted and somebody who could carry this unspoken ethics of being in
Mhm.
the society. And like the men are sometimes they are dating these ladies and maybe once or twice they taking them out, and then if they don't see uh, you know the appropriate behavior, and because they're gentlemen they're not going to say it and they're just kindly breaking it up. And it's like, and when I tell the girl, like the ladies, like, well, it's like you didn't finish. She's like, no, 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 it's that's not it. This is like, no, you didn't. Like because he's not gonna tell you that, and he's gentleman. He's like, I mean, sometimes they do get embarrassed, and if the woman doesn't step up, because you're coming to that society, you're not. It's just not you. It's also you are representing that man. Nobody knows you, but they know him, and anything you do wrong and reflects upon him.
Yes. So, my advice to those people who are embarking upon the dating world for perhaps maybe for the first time and not in a long time is decide who do you want? What do you want? What are you looking for in a new partner? And take a look at yourself and decide, well, what changes do I need to make in my own personal being so that I might be able to attract that person, whoever that may be. And you may be kissing a lot of frogs. God knows I have. So, but and take a look at your wardrobe. Is your wardrobe ready to date? Do you have the appropriate clothes to date for whatever you might be going out for a hamburger?
How
You
about
might.
the must-haves? Like, for a single woman, if they are dating somebody upscale, high society, and going to these type of like a Palm Beach type of, let's say they're coming to Palm Beach because that's what we're talking about. Uh, Gave me like a couple of pieces of clothing they must have in their closet.
White pants. White pants and white jeans. That is kind of an absolute staple. Whereas the rest of the world is black pants. For us, it's white, and everything goes with white.
Yeah,
Everything.
that's true.
So absolutely have fabulous white pants that flatter you very well and be up on the styles regardless of the trends. Wear what looks best on you, but do have that in your wardrobe because you'll wear them to pieces. And then, incorporate some beautiful tops, some tops that flatter you, that you can go out on a nice casual date. And most places are pretty casual. Even in Palm Beach, they're pretty casual, but upscale casual. So make sure you have some nice tops of pretty colors that look well on you, and try to acquire a basic wardrobe of jewelry. For instance, these gold hoops I wear just about all the time. And
So,
that's a staple that always works.
so
Always.
one thing I realized, like shine, shine, shine. It's like when I first came in, it's like I used to put on something, and I used to ask Michael, "Is this to dress?" Is and like around, let's say noon. It's like Michael's like, Rose in Palm Beach, you can. He knows me. He says like you cannot be ever be too dressed in Palm Beach because I'm pretty plain person and simple, and my dress is like their lunchtime, and they're pretty fancy and don't for like jewelry, glitz and sequins, and if you know how to put it right, and goes even during the day, right? It's like I used to keep the sequins for evening or but in Palm Beach, it's like pretty shiny and glitzy.
Well, I don't wear sequins during the day. I don't condone that. But for instance, a top like what I have on, it's just some fun embroidery on a Tory Burch silk blouse. And with white jeans, it's great. And sandals, it's a very appropriate top, tunic top to wear during the day, things like that. But I wouldn't wear sequins.
Yeah.
No.
It's like sometime with the sequins they do like like for example, you have a T-shirt, you have a sequin bird on it or heart on it or something like that. That's like casual with the mix with the sequins. It's like I seen those type of
Oh, a little applique kind of
yeah
thing.
applique type of thing.
Use your best judgment, and usually you can't go wrong if you wear a top with white jeans, white pants. You just can't go wrong. But dresses. I love dresses. I love to wear dresses because they're easy. They're one and done. You put some pretty sandals with your dress, and you can go anywhere.
Yes,
Anywhere.
you don't have to worry about the matching this. It's like because I'm working a lot and I don't have too much time to put things together. And then also sometime I'm at my place, sometime at Michael's place. So just can like sometime I have the skirt here, top is over there. It's just vice versa. Dresses are a lifesaver, and especially like you don't have to like just put a. I have like tan color, like the lighter color goes
Mhm.
with a lot of things, and so, like one sandal, I wear it with so many things. And buying even the evening shoes, I buy black, gold, and a tan. Just then, just keep changing the outfits. It just matches with everything. Just being practical.
So try not to, as I say, I've repeated, don't overdo. Just keep it simple, keep it appropriate, and so that you feel great about yourself no matter where you go, and your date will be pleased to be on your arm, and that's what we want. And of course, your behavior goes along with that as well.
And now make it your own stuff. For example, now I haven't told you this. Remember, I gave you a compliment about your hair,
Yeah,
and I got the cut. But look, it's like my own way. It's like I cut, ladies. I
that's
copy
great.
Susan. I adore her haircut. But I think it's like everybody's they're different, and so it's like on her like that. I love it, but I couldn't get that look. And then I said, okay, I'll do it my version of it. This is my version of your cut.
Well, hair is a whole nother thing because we all have issues with hair. And we have to do what our hair wants to do. Not only do we need to wear it in a style that flatters us, but it needs to be in a style or a cut that is what it wants to do.
And now, what looks good on us, when I blow it out just like you do, you look adorable, beautiful, and I don't look like that.
But
So I had to do it my
you
own.
have curly hair though.
It's like, I mean, like,
You have
it's not
curly hair.
the same. It's like the perfume smells like a different on every person. It's something like that. That looks good on you. It doesn't mean it's going to be look good on me. And I learned.
Well, it's what I've said. Everyone has their own best recipe. And it's up to us, and that's what I help people to find and discover is to, okay, who are you, and how can we define who you are and make you feel great and confident and good about the way you feel and look and how you present yourself. And that's so many people are just lost there. They just don't even know where to begin. And that's where I come in, and we do wardrobe analysis. Of course, we do hair and makeup, of course, first. And then we do wardrobe analysis just to make sure that what works, what doesn't work. And then we work through that process. And then I come up with the right recipe for you. And we put together the things that are appropriate for your wardrobe and your goals. If you want to date and you want to meet a certain type of man, that's what we prepare you for. If you have no interest in that and you just want to look nice just because you want to look nice, then we do that. It's whatever goals it is that you're trying to achieve, and how to bring out the best in you so that you shine and you feel good about yourself. And that attracts. It's that power of attraction thing.
All
And
right.
when you feel great about yourself, people are drawn to you.
Yeah. And also, it's like I am saying, like, for example, like sometimes the ladies are spending so much money to buy a woman. Let's say you bought a one Birkin bag or two, but who you're competing with, those people have every color of it and they don't care. It's like you cannot impress somebody who has everything. Only way you could impress people with your true personality, who you truly who you are. And that's why I say, okay, be fashionable, reasonable, but don't overspend. Don't try to copy anybody. Just be yourself and be comfortable who you are, and be appropriate to occasion and respectful to place you're going. And but I'm thinking, in my way, that's what I do is. Fashion is great, and I try my best to appropriate, but I'm not trying to like compete with anybody. And uh, it's a people's personality comes out. And I'm saying to the men, you man doesn't fall in love with the dress, falls in love with the personality, and that has to the confidence, personality, and your knowledge, your skills to communicate, your chemistry comes first for him, and then all the other things. And I am keep telling them, it's just stop worrying about it and just enjoy, and just put something together but look nice and representable. But you don't have to spend ton of money to get certain brand name things. What I'm trying to say, like some ladies are obsessed, they have to have this brand and they think they're going to get more respects, more attention, good attention if they wear this brand, or they must have this shoe with the red bottom, or they must have this bag with that brand. You know what I mean? Like I have to have a Birkin bag, I have to have Louis Vuitton shoes, and I have to have a Rolex. You know what I mean?
Well, I have to say those women are not my clients because all they do is spend time on shopping and buying and putting themselves together. They don't need me because they work on it 24/7 all the time. My main interest is really in people who do need my services and who can benefit from guidance and an understanding of that part of themselves that they haven't discovered. Those women you're talking about have already discovered that. you know, they spend a lot of time doing that. But, and another thing I'd like to address is your teeth. If you are over 50 and you haven't dated much, or you're new at dating and you find yourself in this sort of situation in your life, your teeth are so important. I happen to live with a dentist for 20 years. So it's one of the first things that I zone in on. And I'm amazed at how many people in our age group who've never really addressed that. Having braces and getting your teeth straightened back when a lot of us were growing up wasn't that popular, but it is now. And white teeth, I see so many people who just never even bothered to bleach their teeth, which makes an enormous difference when you're smart.
after a certain age, the teeth are getting aged, also turning yellow. It doesn't matter if you smoke or didn't smoke. It, with the aging, it happens. And yes, thank you for pointing that out, Susan. Thank you.
And your smile is your best accessory. It's absolutely your best accessory. And it doesn't cost anything to smile, but you're afraid to if you don't have a pretty teeth. So I just want to throw that out there because a lot of people don't think about that, especially the men, especially the men.
Oh, what would your advice for a man for, like, let's say they going on a first? Oh, one thing also I wanted to ask, can you, because today the people are wearing some casual, not so much Palm Beach, but like generally sometimes could be somebody ultra wealthy, ultra high class, old money, but sometimes they're so casual you can't take apart, like, you can't spot it. And but I can. Can you? I'm sure you can too. It's like, can you give her ladies that how can you spot somebody even they're wearing casual, coming from class and elegance?
Well, with men, it's hard to tell. It really is. Back when I first started dating, I dated a couple of people who were very old money, and they honestly didn't care how they looked. They really did not care, and which drove me crazy. But but it just wasn't important to them. And but they were serious old money. So, it depends on what are your goals? Who is it that you're trying to attract? And the men, I can just say, men, pick it up a little bit. I mean, not every, you don't have to be, you don't have to be as crazy about this as a lot of the women are, but polish. I do custom menswear, and it makes such a difference when a man is dressed in a proper fitting shirt and proper fitting pants rather than baggy pants with them all falling down around his behind and shirts that are too baggy and don't fit anywhere. And it makes a world of difference in the fit of your clothes. The fit of clothes is everything.
And they look so much different and much much better. I think if the men got divorced, maybe got widowed, and they don't, maybe wife put the things together and now they're single, gentlemen out there, if you don't know how to put things together, you gotta get in touch with Susan, and she does everything. And she can you tell us like what do you offer for men? And you do the men's styling, right?
I do both. I do anybody who comes my way, but I really enjoy working with men because, they let me do whatever I want, which is
And
honest.
I see
They're
the
wonderful
some
to
of the
work with.
posts you put. It just comes out so great and beautiful, and it's great. The guys are coming out like a new person. They look so much handsome when they with the right clothes.
Yes, and they look thinner. If you wear big baggy clothes, you look 20 pounds heavier. So, and that's true for women too. It's true for everyone. Fit is everything.
Right.
And so anyway, guys, just get on board, and you don't need a lot. Men don't need nearly what we have to do because our social differences with all the different venues that we go to, there's so many different categories of dress for women. And men, it's not that way. Their formal attire is a tuxedo, period. That's it. And we have to have, whatever we have to have because heaven forbid we should wear the same gown twice in a row that season. So,
I might be doing a Saturday because I still don't have a gown for a Saturday. But I
well,
am not one
you'll
of
have
those,
one.
like
You'll find one.
fashionistas out there. I'm not claiming to be. I'm just surviving.
Well, you do a good job of it, Rose.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
you have Michael, and he always knows what to wear.
What I do is like because I'm working and I don't have much time, and don't have break time, and also I hate going shopping, and I was always a working woman. So what I do is like I just look around me and I just because the location is different. I in Long Island was different, New York was different, Boca is different, Palm Beach different, Miami is different. So when I just moved through these stages of my life, I had to change and I had to get rid of some things, add some things new. But I always like I'm like a kind of I'm obsessed with learning, and I am very OCD with my work. But I just try to sort of, I never try, when it's like the fashion doesn't come first for me. It's like my work comes first, uh, and then the research things I do. But I pay attention to be not the overdress or underdress. I like to be just right in the middle. And I don't want to be the sexiest woman, or I don't want to be the most non looking like a woman. It's just, I don't want to be the worst or the best. It's like, so I just want to be in the middle and just slide through. That's what I try to do.
Well, and I would advise whoever's watching or listening today, this is a great time of year to shop. For those of us who live in South Florida year round, it's the spring things are in the stores and they go on sale at the end of the summer. And from probably the 1st of March until the end of August is the best time for us to shop for the entire year
Really?
because we
Wow.
don't wear winter clothes. Our winter clothes are long sleeves and maybe a sweater. but we don't wear winter clothes. So the colors and the weights of the fabrics that we can wear here are abundant now. So shop for the entire year for
Really?
the next several
I thought
months.
it was like right after holidays, like around January, so like that. That's not like it's the March, April.
Well, the clothes are heavy and dark, and we don't wear heavy dark clothes here.
That's true.
So take, if whoever's watching, just this is the time to shop and take stock of what you would need for the entire year and buy everything you need for these 6 months, and you'll be all set for next season, because this season's about to wind down, and
That's excellent
and
advice.
everybody's going to head for the hills again like they did last year.
And also, one other thing is like when the season starts here and when season ends in Palm Beach.
It starts around the end of this last year, started early, started around the end of October. I discovered it was like all of a sudden it was just empty, empty, empty all summer long. And then all of a sudden it was slam dunk. There were events every day and lunches every day, and things were popping. People were coming back, and there was a lot of energy, which we didn't have over the summer. I was here all summer, and it was really interesting to watch. I noticed it more this year than I ever have before. And then it starts to wind down. Usually Easter is about the time that people head out to go back north, although it was early this year. But although people are starting to stay here year round,
Yes.
they start to make their exit around the 1st of May.
Yeah.
And
It's like,
it's
yeah.
a trickle. It's a trickle throughout the month of May. And then by June, it's pretty empty.
Yeah, my clients are started planning, and some of them leaving, and some of them just got break up, and I have to find a new person, and that's why I'm so busy. I couldn't even have time to get dress shopping because I'm just like recruiting.
Busy is good, Rose. Busy is
So
good.
it's so busy because they're gonna go away, and before they go away, it's like we just have to plan for the summer, and that's why I am just like last night I was up until like 3:30 in the morning working.
Oh my goodness. Well,
Yeah.
you have all those profiles to put together, and you want to make sure that people are happy with the
I
choices
have
that
to
you
read the
make for them.
profile, and I have to do some background check. It's like, and if I like somebody, I go to their profiles and social media. I look through, if it's just aligns with what we're looking for. It's just I do a lot of investigation work,
Well,
and
you
it's
have
not
to.
it's not just like putting two people together, because it's
No.
just like a lot of things people cannot even. People just thinking it's just like, oh, he looks nice, she looks like, let me sign it to date. That's not what I do. I just try to find those people. They could find dates. My clients don't have a problem finding dates. My clients are looking for their life partner, and that's why it's like my search is really, really tough. Tough search. Oh, anyway, oh my God, look at the time, how it goes so fast. So look, and
Oh my
it's
goodness.
it's an hour. Susan, thank you so much for joining us, and I am sure people are gonna want to see you again. Please come back, and whenever. I know you're very, very busy. Thank you so much for taking time and doing this with me and doing this for our viewers. And I will looking forward to seeing you again.
I hope so, Rose. Thank you so much for having me join you. And my pleasure to do it again with you. It was really, really fun. Maybe we'll focus a little bit more on the men next time.
Yes, we should do that. And also, anybody wants to get in touch with Susan, and from my website and our team, Susan's information and website, you could just click and you could find all of her information over there. And then also with this video, we're going to be posting underneath if you want to get in touch with the Susan and learn more from her. And gentlemen, you, I think it's like that men need a lot more advice and help than you're right.
I agree. I agree.
And
And
it could be a game changer, because the looks is everything in the beginning, and then the fine dressed men as it looks really sexy. And
You. Well, as
much
we know, first impressions are everything, and you don't get a second chance to make a first impression.
absolutely.
So, and if you don't do the swiping thing, but in a lot of the other online dating services, it's a swipe and you're done. And you have that nanosecond to make that impression. So if you don't appear how you would like to be perceived, you may lose that opportunity. So,
Yeah, I tell them, it's like, have a picture like you're like more formal, like maybe you're gonna take her to a wedding and she's gonna say, this is my boyfriend, and have one with a suit and one casual, and have a different way so she could vision future with you. And same thing goes with the girls and the different ways and different looks, and have the best pictures possible, but do not edit and just use the best lighting, right?
right, right, exactly, which we've struggled with today. But thank you again, Rose, and I hope your folks enjoy this podcast, and I hope to do this with you again. Thank you.
Thank
Susan.com is my email address or my website.
Thank you so much, and looking forward to for the next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Bye
Rose.
bye.